sure you all know by now that Super Mario Odyssey is a miracle product. I've logged over 200 hours into the game, fully completed it twice, and still haven't found it boring. Well, okay, once you've found everything that the game has to offer, just roaming around the large overworlds or tackling challenges again might not have the same kind of fun factor. But Nintendo heard our prayers and answered with Green Mario's Balloon World, where you hide balloons in out-of-bounds areas in hopes that players will throw thousands of coins at you just to figure out where your goddamn is. But we're not here to talk about that because some data miners have discovered that in this update, 20 new pieces of hidden art have been added to the game's files. Of course, they're all preliminary, and whether or not they actually end up being bonus Power Moon DLC remains a mystery as of this video. But I figured it would be fun to take a look at each of them and trek around the world of Mario Odyssey to see where these hypothetical hidden art Power Moons might be hiding. Also, special thanks to these people listed on screen for offering help with some of them. So, let's begin. From the texture of the floor in this picture, it's fairly obvious that the moon is located in the Cap Kingdom. But where exactly? That little bump in the terrain and blurry object didn't really help things, until I remembered that the only things that can be seen outside the grounded area are Paragoombas. And lo and behold, at the backside of the top hat tower where a challenge room lies, contains the floor pattern we're looking for. Alright, you probably have already noticed, hey, those are the 8-bit murals you find embedded in the breakable rocks in the Cascade Kingdom. The thing is, there's so many of these rocks in the kingdom that I had no idea where to begin. And by complete dumb luck, I stumbled onto the place that expected you to find a specific pattern on accident. Here it is, compare away. How was any sane person expected to know that it's here? It's once again pretty obvious that this is located in the Sand Kingdom, but not where you might expect. I started looking by running around the town trying to see if there's a wall with that floral pattern placed in the sand, but it turns out it's actually on the rooftop of a building where a bit of sand residue remains. Nearly got me with that one, developers. Really? Big pyramid, small pyramid, bottom of the small pyramid, there you go. This one sort of caught me off guard at first, as I wasn't sure if any place in the game featured this sort of layout, and I even thought that it was located in the challenge room at first glance. But nope, Wooded Kingdom, right where you break blocks with a sherm to form a path upwards. Boy, did I feel stupid after that one. Okay, now this one really caught me off guard. There's a Crazy Cap shop in there, yes, but what the heck is that? And what's with the weird Mario spelling? Fortunately, the fact that this photo is placed after the Wooded Kingdom art basically told me to go look in the Lake Kingdom. So here's the Crazy Cap shop and the checkpoint flag. Oh. Are you freaking kidding me? This photo shows a lot of blankness, so at first it might be kinda confusing as to where this is located. But then again, there's only one kingdom in the game that features a lot of blank empty space, the Cloud Kingdom. Coupled with the map guys in the photo, we can pinpoint the exact location of the hypothetical moon right here. This color palette brings to mind the Lost Kingdom, but at first I definitely thought that I had to look out for some sort of graphic pattern on the walls or something, which led me nowhere for a while. Until I realized, hey, those shapes are the same as the trees in the kingdom, and that yellow circle actually points to the location of the Odyssey, which gives us a nice little top-down diagram of the starting area. So the moon is right below here. You clever developers think that by turning tropical wigglers into a string of minimalistic circles, I wouldn't figure out what they are? Well, you gotta try harder than that, since it's pretty easy to see that it's right here. Oh, right. Huh. This one's not even trying to be subtle. Alright, I'll admit, this one is pretty clever. The names obviously refer to Espresso Street and K-Rool Street on Neodon City, and the moon placement implies that it's located right where the two streets intersect with each other. So, right around here then. Pretty neat. Once again, this one is fairly obvious. The only place in the game where you see this many Kombu gathered together is in the spacious underwater area at the Seaside Kingdom. They actually flipped the photo in the head art upside down, which is sorta neat, I guess? But with the regional coins, it's easy to figure out where exactly the moon is, which is right here. So this one is located in the Snow Kingdom, since rings of coins underwater is a common sight there, but that shadow in the art kinda threw me for a loop because I didn't recall any structure that is shaped like that at first. After consulting some help, turns out I'm an idiot and you're supposed to grow a beanstalk with the nearby nut and use its shadow to determine the moon location. They actually got me with this one, I'm pretty impressed. That pink color definitely brings to mind the stew in the Luncheon Kingdom. And right over here on top of the sledge, 14 yellow pillars. So the moon should be hidden right on top of the 12th pillar. This one is once again in the Luncheon Kingdom on top of the remote island in the lava. Kinda interesting that you have to enter the 8-bit area to judge the location of the moon, but other than that it's pretty straightforward. The claw marks here definitely give away that this moon is in the Ruined Kingdom, and seeing how small the actual place is, it's not hard to figure out that the circle refers to the battle arena where only 2 claw marks are present. Oh look, another piece of art with Poochie on it. It's obvious that this moon lies in Bowser's Kingdom on top of the largest temple roof just before the showdown arena. Specifically, it's located in the Bowser head that faces towards the moon, so right here. You look at this picture and go, oh yeah, it's in the Moon Kingdom, pretty easy. But to be honest, I have no idea where this one could be. It's in the Moon Kingdom, sure, but the diagram here looks unfinished and doesn't offer a lot of help aside from the map guide telling us to look between areas C and D. Well, here I am walking across the entire length of the map and I cannot find any sort of oval-shaped structure which the diagram suggests. So yeah, I have no idea where this one could be. It's very possible that it's just an unfinished diagram. The first thought we will all have right as we look at this would be, what? But this is actually really clever. It's once again testing you on how well you remember some of the patterns or visuals you come across in the game. If you faintly recognize this from the Mushroom Kingdom, then congratulations! It's a path that connects the pond and the small sheep ranch. The moon is placed right at the top of this bend over here. This is once again from the Mushroom Kingdom, seeing as it shows 2 different bosses from the Wood and Sand Kingdom, but in actuality, the rest of the diagram is very vague. It definitely shows a point that's somewhere between the towers where the 2 boss rematches take place, as shown here, but the actual path between the 2 towers is pretty empty. That gray thing next to the moon in the diagram might serve as a hint, but it's probably just an unfinished thing. One might guess that the nearby rocks have to do with it since they're also gray, I suppose, but other than that, there really aren't that many hints as to where the moon exactly is. Oh well. And that's it for the 20 hidden pieces of hint art. I mean, 18 out of 20 ain't bad. We don't know whether or not these hint art will be incorporated into the game as DLC in the future, but seeing as there are more DLC costumes to come, and Koizumi, the producer, is open to even more DLC for the game, I think that this isn't a far-fetched prediction, but only time will tell. Well, I hope you guys can join me back here soon for my actual next big video that I'm working on. MVBBY. We don't know whether or not these hint art will be incorporated into the game as DLC in the future, but seeing as there are more DLC costumes to come, and